Alright, what's going on, you guys? It's Resto, and we're diving into the Elemental Shaman. I really like this class. It's super fun. Lots of explosiveness comes from this class, but I definitely say I have an absolute blast playing on this tune. You guys can check out the gameplay that I posted on the channel already to kind of demonstrate exactly what this class can do. But nonetheless, like I mentioned in every video, I'm going to be short and sweet with this guide. I'm not diving into it deep. I'm just kind of showing you guys the bread and butter of what you actually need. Right now, Cataclysm's around the corner, so things can be subject to change. I don't want to waste a lot of time diving into it when something else can change. So anyways, diving into it, we're looking at the Cowl of the Unseen World. Camera's kind of blocking it, so I can't really see it. 26 intellect, 20 crit's going to go on this. You guys are going to go with haste mastery. Guys, haste, crit, mastery, all of it counts. All of it matters. I do kind of swap in between crit and haste. I don't really change too much other than, like, see, I took hit away from this because you only need as an 81 17%, so I have a little bit over that, so I was able to take away from some hit. But as you can see, you know, I'm kind of changing some things around. So spirit, obviously that's the ordeal, but it's kind of like my boomkin where I kind of mix all of it into one, so that way I'm able to benefit from all the fields, and you are able to kind of fluctuate with it. But this is how I build my shaman. I know some people build their shamans a little bit differently, but if you guys want to copy mine, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, you can kind of experiment with yours as well. But like I said, haste mastery is going to be on this. Leave it as is. Got the stats that we need. With this neck piece, I'm running the Encanthea's Lost pendant. This comes from Blackrock Caverns. It's a random drop. It always drops, so don't worry about that. It is. I've seen this so many times, it's ridiculous. You're going to go ahead and keep it as is. This is going to keep the spirit for the hit, and you're going to keep the mastery. If you don't want the mastery, guys, you can also rock this. This also drops a lot. 85 spirit, 69 haste. Completely up to you whether or not you want to run this or if you want to run this. Moving on to the shoulders, we're looking at the Fallen Snow shoulder guards. You're going to put the 24 spell power, 15 crit enchant on this. Leave it as is. Crit haste, perfectly fine. Moving on to the cloak, we're looking at the Shadow of Perfect Bliss. 70 spell pen. We don't want anything being resisted, so we need that spell pen there. We're going to go ahead and reforge the hit into mastery. And then we're looking at the chest. The Chroma's chest piece, we're reforging the spirit into haste, so that way we have a good haste mastery here. We're going to put 20 stats on this. Moving on to the bracers, we're looking at the Manacles of Pain. We're going to put 65 crit on this for an enchant, reforging the spirit into haste. Moving on to the dagger, all of this gear, by the way, guys, is like a mixture of stone core and vortex pinnacle. Maybe a few of it here and there will come, like this one and this one. Yeah, this one, and this one. No. This one and this one, yeah. Will come from Black Rocks. This comes from Throne of Tides. Everything else is Stone Core and Vortex Pinnacle. This comes from Last Boss, Black Rock Caverns, I think. Let me double check. I lied. No, it's not. Where does this come from? It's Throne of Tides. It's Throne of Tides. It has to be Throne of Tides. First boss. I'm going to call it first boss. Nope. Second boss. Yep, there it is. Second boss. So that's where that comes from. Those are the only two. Everything else comes from the Throne of Tides and Stone Core. But anyways, you're going to go ahead and get the Biting Wand, put Power Torrent on this. That way you guys get the Magnitude 500 Intellect. Really procs a lot. Really nice for your spells with Lava Burst if you time it right. Crit Haste, leave it as is. Don't need to change a thing. Moving on to this. Oh, so this comes from Blackrock Caverns as well. You're going to go ahead and get this shield, Crit Mastery. So you're going to reforge the spirit into mastery. And then you got this relic. This is going to come from Stone. Nope. Yep. Stone Core. You're going to go ahead and reforge the spirit into mastery. So you have a haste mastery. And then you're going to put 40 mastery into this and the gem socket. And then you're going to look at the hands and get Elemental Bindle Grips. These are BOE hands. Get these on the auction house. They're always going to be there. Don't worry about them not being available. They'll always be available. Crit Haste. So you're going to reforge the spirit, put it into haste, put 65 mastery on that. belt, you're going to go ahead and put the 50 spell pen, so you get that 120 spell pen right there. Obviously, you only need 100, but 120 because 7 plus 5, quick maths. You're going to go and do a reforge on Spirit into Mastery. So that's your haste mastery build right there. And then you got these boots, or not these boots, these pants, the leggings of the Vortex Pinnacle. This is going to come from a quest. You're going to go ahead and reforge the Spirit into haste to give you a haste mastery build. 55 intellect, 65 stamina spell thread. And then I have the Tsunami boots of Undertow with 36 stamina armor kit. You're going to reforge the Spirit into mastery. However, the Hiri boots are going to be a lot better that I mentioned on the Hunter guide. I just don't see them on the auction house ever. Don't care to go farm them. These are fine. They do just as good. So the Hiri boots would be what you would want to go for to up your stats a little bit. But if you can't, these are always going to be available. These are going to be the most common ones. So snag these if you can. Undertow. Always go Undertow. With the rings, you're going to go with the Rose Quartz Band, and you're going to go with the Finkel's Twinkle. Both crit haste. Don't want to change a single thing about them. The trinket, you're going to run Tendrils of the Burrowing Dark. You're going to have all the mastery in the world, plus a proc. Super nice. And then you want the Witching Hourglass for the haste proc, 200 intellect. Do not care for a trinket. If you want to use a trinket, swap out this trinket for this not this trinket, because you want that haste. That haste increase is super nice when you're casting spells. So I would change that out if you need a trinket. Me personally, as an Elisham, I don't need a trinket, so I just run these two instead. Completely up to you whether you guys want to do or not. But that's pretty much the gear. We're going to dive into the professions. So when it comes to professions, one thing that I've noticed as an Elisham, engineering would be nice, but it's not a necessity, right? It would be nice to have the boots and be nice to have the grenades to kind of kite around. But me personally, I don't really see that being a big go-to. So what I would run is, for my first profession, I would have alchemy for the trinket, right? So you could replace the mastery trinket for this and have an extra thing. So that is an option. Or you can run tailoring for the intellect enchants and enchanting for the ring enchants. Right? Enchanting, I would for sure 100% have. So 100% have enchanting for the ring enchants. And then you have the option between alchemy or tailoring. I wouldn't recommend JC just because you only have two gems to really work with, and one spell pen. The other one's going to be mastery. So, I mean, if you really want to have an 86 spell pen with an 86 mastery, completely up to you. Don't really think 2 gems is really worth it. So I would jump between alchemy or tailoring. Would you rather have a trinket, or would you rather have enchants? Completely up to you. You'd just be sacrificing these two. I wouldn't want to sacrifice it, but I know some people run the alchemy trinket instead of this trinket paired up with this trinket. So completely up to you and what you guys want to do on that. But those are the profession options that I would recommend to the both of you guys, or to any of you guys, not the both. Moving on to the talents. This is what I run for talents. I decided that I want to run 3 into elemental precision. Normally I would do 2. But being an 81 Twink, you don't really have a lot of options in terms of hit. So 3%, or not 3%, 3 talent points into this helped me get to that 17%. It helped me get me that boost. So definitely want to go 3 into that. That is a must, 100% a must. I know some Elishams run a little bit of a different build. Me personally, this is what I like to run. I know some people don't even go into restoration. They just put it all into improved shields. So that's something that you can do as well. But this is what I like to run. Take a picture, screenshot it. Don't care to go deep into it because, like I said, I'm just showing you guys the bread and butter. This isn't an in-depth guide like I would be making in Cataclysm if things were to change. This is the glyphs that I run. I run the glyph of Lava Burst, glyph of Unleashed Lightning, and glyph of Flame Shock for the primes. This right here is a must. You need this glyph. You're able to move and cast. That is huge. So big. And then I have Glyph of Healing Stream Totem, Glyph of Chain Lightning, and Glyph of Lightning Shield. For my majors, then I have Glyph of Renewed Life, Glyph of Water Walking, and Glyph of Astral Recall for my minors. You can run different glyphs if you really want. You can run Water Breathing. Your Water Breathing spell no longer requires a Regent. I chose this one instead because I'd rather walk on the water rather than breathe underwater, if that makes sense. I know some people go with the cosmetics and go with the Arctic Wolf. Do not care for that. Some people will run a Thunderstorm. I have seen this. Increases the mana you receive from your Thunderstorm spell by 2%, but it no longer knocks the enemies back or reduces their movement speed. People do this for a mana increase. It is the absolute useless of all minor glyphs. Do not recommend this, but I have seen people run it for whatever reason. This is what I run. All of these glyphs are what I run. So, pretty straightforward. Like I said, I'm just getting straight to the point. Hope you guys learned something new. Hope you guys got something from this. If you have any questions, always leave it in the comment section below, and I will do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. But like I said, that's pretty much all the classes that I have. Hope you guys learned something new once again, and see you guys next time. It's been Resto, guys. See you guys next time.